Hi folks, my name is Aaron Miller. I am one of your magic artists. I've got 3 cards I'm going to share with you with some interesting stories as to why they're important to me. So I'm going to start with Smuggler's Share. The importance is from a communication situation that I had with my art director, and a lot of these games, they come with this world guide that we kind of get to pour through before we start our assignments. And the assignment asked for completely different characters. So most people love that card because of the silly little raccoons running around causing chaos. And that's because looking through the world guide, I really wanted to paint the raccoon folk. And it just was this perfect opportunity to take the assignment I had and then add the element that I wanted at the same time. And I pitched it to my art director. She loved it. And so that's why we have that fun Smuggler's Share card with our fun chaos causing trash pandas. So that's important to me because when I'm working, it helps me remind myself that there's opportunities for me to add the things that I love to the artwork that I get to share with you guys. Let's see, another one that's important would be Raiders Carve. So Raiders Carve features a Viking ship, pretty straightforward, but the model I used for the Viking ship was an antique that I got from my grandfather, or passed down to me from my grandfather. And so when they emigrated from America, from Denmark, he was like an antique collector. And so he had a lot of Viking type antiques because Denmark. I shouldn't have to say any more than that. But yeah, so he had a lot of stuff like that. A lot of things over there are very Viking centric and stuff like that. So this model is made out of, I think it's brass or bronze. Very sturdy antique. With the sail is made out of copper, a lot of fiddly wires and stuff. And it's just something that I've always loved from being a kid, but just never paid attention to all the details. And so having, as an artist, we use a lot of references, and this was just this perfect model to use. It had the shape that I needed, it had details. I didn't put all the exact details, but it was just enough that I basically painted a connection to my grandfather in that piece. So, and then the last one I want to share is a fun one. It's Rotten Reunion. So Rotten Reunion, if you recall, it's a pair of zombies in front of a house, and the commission called for it to feel like that very famous painting of the farmer and his niece. People think it's a father and a husband and a wife standing in front of an old house, American Gothic, but it's actually a farmer and his niece or something like that, or his cousin. It's not obvious, but anyway, the commission asked for a pair of zombies to be kind of transposed in that theme. So I was like, oh, this is perfect for me, since years before I actually have my own reference of me and my wife standing in front of that house wearing overalls and some silly costume stuff. So the fun part of that story is my wife grew up in Iowa. We were driving around. We were there for some reunion or something for her, and she recalled her friend living in a Frank Lloyd Wright house. So we were driving around looking for the Frank Lloyd Wright house, And when you're out in the country and there's anything interesting, the signage is always brown. If there's anything of interest for you to take a look at, they post a brown sign with some directions. So I just started following these brown signs that led us to the American Gothic house, which just happened on that day. Within hours, they just opened up the like a little visitor center. Like, it literally just opened when we arrived. And part of the things to do as a visitor was they had racks of clothing, like sort of like kind of cut out, yeah, so that you could pose in front of the house, but you didn't have to get fully dressed up. You know, like all the clothes was like almost like bibs. Like, you just put them on real quick and take them off real quick. So we were able to have our photo taken in front of that house. So I had the reference ready to go. And so that's why that painting has a lot of special meaning to me, maybe more than anyone else. Hey, if you want to follow me, I'm Aaron Draws on Twitter, or you can go to my website, which is aaronbmiller.com.